Okay.
All right. The green light. It's quite a difference between back and front, 5,400 to 7,000.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. That's almost 100 yards a hole.
Well, while we're mucking around today on the course, you can tell me, seeing as I don't know about Uncle Dave whether you use a VPN, but certainly from Melbourne, Dave, you can tell me some of the things that I might not be aware of, because I'm aware of the sort of headline things about using a VPN, and I've noticed some things already, just having used it a very small amount of time. But are there things that you've noticed which you think, oh, that's good, or that's not so good about using it? Or is it all positive from your perspective?
Well, you'll find rarely some websites will go, oh, no, you can't come here if you're using a VPN. And you just turn it off if you want to go to that website. So I always have mine, well, you probably just have something down the bottom where you can just click on it and it'll come up and say what your settings are, what country you're attached to, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And it should just have a enable button.
Yeah.
For if you come across that circumstance. Doesn't happen very often, though admittedly TV stations do that more than most other sites. So you might find sometimes it just won't work.
So you're saying, Dave, that you have yours turned on all the time, or just when you're going to some of those sites?
By default I have it off.
Yeah, which is what I was going to suggest, Andy. Have it off unless you need it on.
Okay.
Because it will impact the speed of your connection.
Okay.
Because it can impact it a lot, Dave.
Surfshark is fantastic, the one I'm with. They're really good.
It depends which company or country you're saying, hey, I want to use that as my gateway, because then all the traffic always has to flow out to that country's VPN or internet connection, and then back to you. So,
yeah, Surfshark lets you choose your country, or it says, I'll pick what the fastest performing country or region is for you. And it almost invariably picks Melbourne. Unsurprisingly. But what do I care? But yeah, overall they're pretty straightforward. Just leave it off unless you need it and turn it on. That's it.
Well, that was a nice start from you. And it's not just calm, there's absolutely zero wind.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get, I mean, it's one.
I've forgotten how pretty this course is.
Yeah,
and it has ducks. Red duck.
Orange sauce.
Opening up the green.
I think he's gone for the path.
Yeah.
Is that now? Some paths have zero power loss. Is that the case here?
I don't know. It doesn't actually say. It just says concrete.
Oh well, then there's no power loss because it would have said a percentage if there was. Okay, well that's good information straight away.
Oh, so what are the conditions?
Stimp 14, medium pins, calm, normal.
Normal, okay.
Right, 120.
It's going to be interesting to see just how low we can get with BLI on.
Yeah.
12. Okay.
As we always used to play with BLI on, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah. Up until only a year and a bit ago.
Whoa.
Is there any altitude at Oak Quarry?
I don't know. I'll have a look. Nope, sea level. Right. Well, this is the sort of putt. Just guessing at. Without the BLI. With it,
But with BLI,
it's very variable. It's still a guess, really.
I don't think any of these putts look particularly easy. Then again,
Oh, that's beauty.
No way I would have got that without BLI.
Actually, you know, I'm gonna turn off the BLI and pull up the grid whenever I do the, and then that way I've got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you get to see the whole green, all of, so you'll notice anything outstanding. But you can see the contours on these greens pretty well. I have a feeling
Yeah.
they're not too bad to read.
Okay. So, judging by yours ran left to right, and it's certainly the green. The grid confirms that. Not enough.
Mm.
well, Andy, we've been made to look very second rate.
Yes. Well, that was a lovely putt.
Wow. 2 in a row went where I aimed. Wow.
Right. And where am I going? Where am I going? So that. So it's just inside that bunker really is the. It's a bit tight, but should be okay. He says.
That's a line I will not be selecting in the actual tournament.
No, sir.
Hard fairways, that would have been exciting.
That would have been problematical.
Indeed. Well, look at this. Doesn't feel too bad.
Just a question to Uncle Dave.
Yeah, man.
Have you played Parkle's round yet?
No, I was actually planning on doing that tomorrow sometime.
All right.
Has anyone else played it?
Yeah.
I have.
Okay, so it's just waiting on me.
Good.
Hmm.
And I'm taking dead aim at it.
Very nice.
Oh. Well, I can see at least 2 birdies here.
The quality's definitely improving. This one does something for about 2 feet, then it's flat, and then it does something for the last 2 feet. A bit confusing thinking there.
Good.
Very nice.
Yours. I wish I did have the grid say it's slightly right to left, but it's just very slight. At least that was correct.
Yeah. Ooh.
I've got a memory like a fish. Did you say there was a lack of any altitude on the course?
Correct. Sea level. Doesn't look sea level.
No. And although it's relatively recent that we played the course, I can't really remember anything of it so far. I know there were some sweeping views off the tees.
Yeah, it's a fantastic backdrop that he's done.
The only thing I remember from the course is the ducks.
I'm not mucking about with that area.
Was that an Uncle Dave shot?
It was.
Wow.
Didn't see that coming.
Well.
It's the right play though. Full shot in.
Well, I'll bet money Andy did chop that somewhat. Nice.
I am not playing a full shot here. This is a pitch.
very cunningly placed.
Any help you can give me will be much appreciated. Even though with the BLI on. I think that's a better position.
Okay, what is it? There's not much going on here. Just a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Did not see that. Well, the grid gave me a totally wrong impression there. Totally wrong. I'd be interested to see what your BLI is telling you, because it didn't use BLI. I just went on the grid and that was wrong.
Well, it's definitely telling me it breaks 3 ways. It breaks left to right, then right to left for a little bit, and then left to right again. The last 2 bits are going to cancel out, so I'm just going to get that bit right. Yeah. Right.
It's like shelling peas.
Well,
Right.
under
What's this?
10 feet, BLI should be that way.
Well,
What's
mine
the-
goes both ways, Andy.
Okay. That probably explains why mine. I think you can set the grid line difference.
You can make it
Spacing.
finer, I think, yes.
I've
Well,
never fiddled with that.
But I've never explored that because the BLI gives me that information.
Hmm. 41 feet downhill might be in range. I'd say definitely in range. You don't.
It'll be close. Alright, it's downhill 36 as well. Okay. And he's gone brute, but it might have cost him.
You're right.
Went for the big one.
I did go for the big one.
I'm glad I landed in between the bunkers. Could have plugged.
I seem to be having a sort of shot. That's all right. My pitching clubs are getting a good workout so far.
That's the perfect angle in. Guy's gone for the logger putt.
don't like the mound off to the right there, but
that'll be interesting.
84, 11, that's 77.
yep.
No. I've been pretty annoyed with that without a BLI, not too worried with it.
Ironically, I was going to play the shot without worrying about that mound, but I've got heaps of break right from where my ball is. I'm going to have to play up the mound. I don't want to. I really don't.
It's one of those ones, the more you go up it, the more you need to go up it further.
Yep. Oh, whatever.
Yes. Mental course notes, beware of the mound on hole 4.
Yes. Well, it's a pretty good putt.
Yeah, relatively happy with that.
Well, this should be left or right. I tell you what, you get a totally different feel. Yeah, it's just odd. The BLI seems to pick up sort of things which the grid doesn't, and vice versa.
Oh, it makes me think grid is less reliable.
Yeah. In fact, that if I'd have just used the grid, it would have been way off to the left. I mean, it does go left to right, but there's a patch in the middle of my putt which was much straighter than the grid would seem to indicate. Actually, the way I'm putting, I'm probably almost better off not using anything at all.
I'm not sure this is helping. All I'm doing is I feel like I'm going to walk off thinking this course is easy, but then make the greens hard, take away the BLI and add some wind, and it's going to be 10 shots harder. That's a shot. Good club. Pushed. Long and right.
Is there such a thing off the tee?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, I guess there is. .163 up there. Okay, definitely 159 club. Long and right. Actually, short and right.
Well, there's a little bit of a ridge in that green, isn't there?
There is. There'll be awkward little putts without the BLI.
What am I doing? Get off that. Okay, I'm going straight at it and see what happens.
Very long and right. Amazing. They all did exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So that was a nasty pin, very well protected. Would have had to be a perfect shot to stick up there near the pin. These are going to have to be pretty perfect little flops. Not fancying this much at all. Stop. Stop. Bye-bye. The one thing I didn't want to do.
Oh, it's got to be right. Got to be right to left. Am I correct? Why isn't it on? Yeah, it is right to left. It's horrible. 29, 16, 45. Only marginally better than yours, Dave. At least it's on the top, I suppose.
Well, at least you've got a putt for par. Well, so have I, but I don't like it.
Ah! Oh!
Almost went my road.
It did. I was extremely lucky.
Well, this has been a first green where there's been an appreciable advantage to being in a certain part of the green compared to the others.
Oh, well, you had to hard to get it up there.
Got to be left to right. Not much.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh my God. This is
What a hole.
Oh, do you go for this or not?
Well,
If ever there was the time to try it, it's now.
yes.
No, you can't go for it. Like it's
Well, what's the worst that can happen?
you end up
The
100 yards below the hole.
Well, the thing is, you can have a re-hit and. Well, you should have actually had some mulligans on this practice round as well, Dave.
Well, given that you the score isn't counting and there's no stats, you can just hit re-hit if you hit a bad shot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll let
I'm
you
not-
guys
I'm
do
not
it.
going to do that because I want to get a feel for how I score. Well, you've gone back to Uncle Dave. Come on.
Just this time.
Okay, let's see what this green is like. It's 308, 60, 21, 2, 277, 277. It's 255 to get over this canyon.
Yeah, it's 300 carry. It doesn't seem right.
It probably
I'm
can't.
going straight at it.
Death or glory, Andy.
Well, it's on the safer side, if anything. It's not going to be far away.
I reckon you could have got certainly into that bunker. I'm going to have a crack.
With a tailwind, definitely a big chance.
That's a similar sort of area to where I put it.
Well, actually, didn't mean to aim there at all.
But we'll see just how easy this shot is. Looks fairly straightforward.
It's almost slight advantage, Uncle Dave. Well, we've got flops, so that's not a bad shot to have in.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. It's going to check.
Oh, there's a bit of late break in it.
Oh, there's going to be some tears with no BLI, isn't there?
Quite possibly.
I can see it.
Well, there's a little bit of right to left near the hole. Flop.
Okay.
Yeah, nice. Oh, okay. 5 foot of break, then 2 foot of nothing, and then heaps. Ooh.
I guess one thing about this hole, if there's any wind against, then it's
Yeah, it's a no-brainer then.
going to be taking it on. Oh, pretty hell.
Nice putt, Dave. You think you would have got that without BLI?
No fucking chance. Like, you do it and you just go, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're going to have fun with that BLI.
Yeah, the BLI takes all the indecision out of it. I mean, you might not get it right, but much more. You can make that decision much faster.
It's less exciting in the end.
Yeah, it is.
I like the T markers.
No, long and right. Whoop, get off the green.
Only 2 holes ago you were asking, was it possible?
Well, it wasn't long, so
Wasn't that long?
I disagree with it being long and right. I get the rights quite often.
206.13. See whether that's long enough.
Oh, tailwind would have been good.
Yeah. Well, that was a 4-iron, and that was, I think I carried 208, but it wasn't quite enough.
Now I'm hitting a 5-wood. Perfect.
Well, at the end of this hole, I'll just put it away for a couple of minutes
Sure.
to hang the washing line out.
No, you're spot on with your distance there, Dave. I would have thought the 5-wood would be too long.
Well, of course, I chop every club now on the approach shots. So I just have to select the one that's the right amount above the correct distance.
But the thing about chopping as well, I mean, if you haven't got a nasty little carry in terms of the distance to over water or whatever, it's not a risky shot at all. It only gets risky when you've got to clear something.
Yeah, and they're the exciting ones when you've got 205 over water or something, and I know I can't use the 206 club. I have to go to the 216 and chop it.
Yeah. 41.3. Oh,
Nice.
that's lovely.
Yeah, very nice. I can see for sure putting is going to be traumatic on this course, isn't it? All right. 19 feet. Oh, crap. You got heaps. Just seems like too much. Yep, I'm going further. More.
This is another one of those greens which
No, it was
actually,
nowhere near enough.
No,
yeah,
it's frightening.
being shorter may be a wiser shot.
Well, he's built
if
little.
you can do it.
He's built little hill swales into the sides of a lot of these greens, and if you get on the wrong side of them, it's going to be scary stuff.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
No worries.
Why is it me?
Well, why not? Why not you?
No, but how did I get? Oh,
You must have done something right. We're all busy.
anyway, hang on a minute. I'll be back.
Yeah, so did you enjoy the discrepancy on Bold and Beautiful?
I did though, I loved it.
Like these buildings that don't exist. Like, there's one off to the left where in the nighttime shots you're looking into this building that's like about 20 metres away. You can see the people inside almost. And in the daylight there's nothing there. And then the two towers behind him directly, they don't exist.
What I would love, Dave, is if you could make that like a side-by-side comparison, one picture, and post it on their Twitter feed.
I'm sure I'm not
very unhappy.
I'm sure I'm not the first person to notice it, but because I've always had this weird feeling about it, because I quite like the nighttime shot.
Mm.
You know, those lights and everything all look quite realistic.
Yeah.
Because what made me look is the daytime shots. Some of those buildings are really dodgy. I mean, they're really wonky to look at, and
Yeah.
they've done them really badly. And then I've gone, hang on, I'm looking for these other buildings and I couldn't find it.
Mm.
Anyway, Bold, it continues to deliver on so many different levels, Dave.
It does. Like, you got the black and white cookie with Katie now.
Yep.
And I was expecting Bill to kind of escalate. You know,
Uh,
he couldn't have that.
well, he is going to escalate at some point, but that's not the main plot line at the moment.
No, well, it's taking long enough for it to bloody happen too. It's starting to annoy me.
Yeah, well, give it a couple of weeks before they make something play out. You should know by now. That's the playbook. That is the
I
playbook.
might see. Well, the only thing I've got to look forward to, I might see more of Hope's milking this time.
Maybe.
She is very milky. You got to give her that.
Yeah, but she doesn't have much to offer, unfortunately.
That's all she's got to offer. She's no Landry.
Oh, thank Christ. Then the show would have nothing to offer.
Where's the respect? When will you start respecting Landry?
I can't, Dave. I can't do it. It's not in my nature.
Even when she mentions you personally in a video.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You still
Yep.
respect
Oh dear. All
her.
right,
Yes.
so, yeah, go on.
Yeah, my brother's hand.
Yep.
The embedded glass. So he went back to the surgeon today, and apparently all is going well.
Oh,
They're happy
good.
with the way it looks. So they're saying you just have to wait 3 weeks to 3 months and see if the feeling is back.
Okay.
As far as they can tell, everything looks right. But it can take weeks to months before the nerve sort of wakes itself back.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, fingers crossed, mate.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Oh, he's just talking about my brother, and remember he got the glass embedded.
Yeah.
So he had surgery, and the surgery went well, and it's now 3 or 4 days after, and it all looks like it couldn't have gone any better. So hopefully you'll get feeling back in that thumb sometime in the next month or two, according to the surgeons. So touch wood, he will. Wow, this
And if
guy will really throw them down that cliff.
Wow.
You wouldn't want to pull one left here.
Hard fairways are going to be very.
That looks nasty down there.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. If you went down that cliff, I don't know how you'd even get back up. It's really steep. Wow. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a note. Left on the 8th hole could be a tournament ender.
Quite possibly.
Well, when your ball's in the air, have a look at how high that cliff is. How are you going to get it back up from there?
Well, let's face it, in reality, you
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
be
Absolutely. I think it's just going to go out of bounds.
You wouldn't be roping up to go down there.
No. Remember the Grand Canyon course?
I'm not sure.
Well, it's an interesting little course. It's literally set on the Grand Canyon, and so there's many holes where if you go to the left or the right, you go down into the Grand Canyon. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, the idiot designer forgot to make out of bounds lines at the cliff, and so you end up 250 meters at the base of the cliff, and you just can't hit back up. There's no way. And you're stuck down there. That's the end of the game.
Yeah, that's no good.
And if you don't re-hit in time, that literally is the end of the game because you can't do anything. Yeah, it was just a dumb design decision. Oh, I almost hit the wrong club then.
Oh, the trick then is if you ever play it, you don't have your auto continue turned on like you do.
Yeah.
That looks good. Oh, 10! Oh, Jesus.
It's had a good look.
No, got the line for the putt.
Well, it was pedestrian by comparison. Oh, I had a strange thing happen yesterday. The first time, and I mean the first time this year, where we cleared away an area which had contained a cold frame to hard off plants with, and all the plants have been put into the garden and into baskets now. So we moved the cold frame from this one area, which is a little seating area in the corner, to a different area where it's just sort of gravel on it. So it was sitting there, sort of, it was a pretty sunny day and everything. And then we'd been there for about best part of an hour. I was on my second pint of beer, and then all of a sudden Carol hears, "Help!
What?
Help!" And so Carol says, "Yeah, yes. Is anybody there? Help! My wheels stuck." And so she looked over the fence, so you could see the head of this lady who lives diagonally opposite us, and she's disabled, but you know how you've got sort of the big wheels at the back and the small wheels at the front,
Yeah.
bit like a train. Well, one of her small wheels was stuck in a little sort of groove between the sort of hard paving slabs
Yep.
and the edge of the garden, and she tried to get herself out, and of course all she'd done was just sank a little bit further each time. So I sort of went around there and introduced myself and just moved a chair and had a good old chin wag to her.
Very handy that you guys were where you were when you were.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, literally, that was the first time we sat in that area. So if she'd have done it yesterday, it's not yesterday, that was when it happened. The day before yesterday or before that, we wouldn't have heard her.
Mm.
So God knows how many hours she'd have been there.
She lives by herself?
I'm assuming so, yeah.
That could have been bad.
Yeah. I mean, it has been very showery as well recently. There have been some pretty heavy ones as well, which explained why the ground was a little bit on the soft side.
Yeah, will you be most favoured neighbour status now?
Yeah. Seemed like it, but I thought I can only. I mean, she was outside doing some potting, right? So, and I thought this is. I don't think if I was in a wheelchair, obviously I would have to adapt. But I can only marvel at the way disabled people manage. I suppose they have to manage or whatever. But if you were suddenly transported from being able-bodied to being wheelchair-bound, it must be a real sort of difficult transition in those early months.
Yeah, even just simple things like going to the toilet, that must be so difficult to get out of your chair and transport yourself just using your arms. And
yeah,
especially when you're a bit older, if you've got any weight on you, that'd be an awful task.
yeah.
Or having a shower.
Yeah, yeah. It's just. Well, somebody's hitting some nice approaches. It's not really me.
Well, I don't know about my distance control. Stop. Right. That's alright, that's probably my best shot in so far. Dave seems to be one that's hitting them beautifully at the moment. It's another nice one. Oh, you're unlucky. Oh no.
It's trying to.
But it could have been better as well.
I just had no backspin on the shot because I tried so much.
Well, I'm going to hit mine a little bit to the right of the pin, and let's see whether I can suck it back. It's right on it. Ah, sucked it back too much.
And showing Uncle Dave the line.
I don't need no stinking line.
Not with.
Stop. Come on and give us some.
You can say that tonight, Dave.
Yeah, Monday.
Okay. Is it left to right? It is left to right at the end, but before then, it's anything but left to right. Right. Oh, I had the line.
It's all right to left. Oh, hang on. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, the ending of your putt looks left to right, but
I think it's very weird. If I go slightly to the left of the hole, then it's left to right. If I go slightly to the right of the hole, it is right to left. It's very weird. Okay, I'm just going to assume that doesn't even exist. And just worry about the first 4 foot.
Oh, that was just torturing you. That's funny.
well, I'm not sure whether you would have been able to do any better without the BLI there.
Oh, no chance.
Jesus, what was that?
Well, Dave, you're about to see what I saw.
In my mind, I lagged that.
Yep.
So what's happening with your BLI, Dave?
Well, when he gets it up to the hole, when he's on either side of it, you should see it change direction.
Mainly right to left.
Yeah, oh, it's definitely mainly right to left, but if you move the BLI on the left-hand side of the hole, it's swapped over.
Yeah. If this is going to be a really nasty course with no BLI, we're going to have some horrible surprises.
Yep.
Well, to me, that the pin looks what we call crowned. Yeah. So it's really what happens.
When it's been in the spot for too long, and everyone walks around it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one thing that really used to annoy me intensely at the club where I used to play golf at, and that would be that. I mean, I would generally play twice a week, occasionally 3 times, but generally twice a week, and I'd sort of play on a Wednesday, and there'd be a certain pin there. Play on the Sunday usually, and they would have the pins would be coloured, so red for front, white for back, and yellow for medium in terms of the. But it used to annoy me so much that they would never change the flag colour. So if it was a front pin, the person responsible for changing the pins over, he would invariably replace a front red pin with another front red pin. And sometimes it would go on for 3 or 4 bloody weeks on a Wednesday and a Sunday. Similar sort of, not identical, but they just couldn't be bothered to have a different sort of colour flag or sort of thing that the actual flag itself to tie on the top.
Well, that means that the head greenskeeper at your course was no good, because whatever staff he had doing the greens.
Oh no, I think it was something that was never really on their radar.
Okay, at all.
No, I think as far as just change the pin, and it was only very occasionally changed, which was horribly frustrating.
Like this. Down. It wasn't much of a bound.
It was more like a soft sort of roll, I suppose.
If I'd had a hard fairway, then it would have been good. Great.
And it was like it landed in a bowl of spaghetti.
Oh,
that looks a nice line.
yeah, and if it hits the downslope of that fairway like that,
What's it going to do? Stay on? Yep.
I'll show you the line, Dave.
No worries, man.
I've been gently fading a lot of my shots today. It hasn't been particularly good ball striking off the tee. Right, not that one, that one.
Looks good.
Oh!
Oh, harsh.
Well, this would be yeah. It's a hideous putt. It's not even an option. It's not even a good chip. It can only flop.
Oh yeah, this is not very nice, is it? And that doesn't feel like enough. Oh!
Oh, and it was turning in too.
Jesus.
Look at that.
This looks horrific coming back.
Yeah, we are going to get some really surprising rolls with no VOI.
I mean, essentially with how we're playing, we should be able to, if we play these same conditions, we should be able to hit the ball as close as we generally are today. But I've got a feeling it's a combination of a few things which are going to mean we're not going to be hitting them anywhere near as close, and the putts are just going to be ramped up with degree of difficulty because of that.
Will be interesting to see what sort of scores happen in round one.
Like how difficult a difficult pin's going to be if we actually choose to play them.
Well, at some stage they're going to turn up. I have a feeling. Look, there's vultures circling above us.
Well, I'm going to suggest that we don't play difficult pins in the first round, at least, and just see how we fare.
Yeah.
Maybe medium will be the worst that we can go. Well, what are these pins though? Medium?
Yeah, medium.
Right.
Well, I think the thing to do is to, I don't know, when you play practice round, you can actually see all the pins available to you, and it should be pretty clear whether difficult pins are really difficult, because I'm not sure whether you can distinguish the level of difficulty set by the pins that you see in practice mode.
I'll be back in a minute, boys.
Right, what am I doing? Oh, I like that.
Oh. I wonder what you're seeing. Oh.
I think you'll be.
Yeah, no, that's a very nice shot. Yeah, a much nicer line in.
Isn't it just?
And 40 yards closer.
Yeah. But you're still only 130 odd yards away.
Yeah.
And it's a much safer shot to take on. So even if you hooked it, you'd have gone into the bunkers. Whereas if I'd have hooked it, I'd have been in Shitville, I think.
Oh,
see, I mean, you're not going to do much better than that.
No, that's about the best I could have done. Yes, I'm not too sure what sort of shape I'm going to be in for the first round on Monday night.
Why is that, Dave?
Well, because I'm going to be at Dave's place on Sunday night.
Right.
And we will have hit the Terps reasonably hard, I guess. And it always takes me a full day to recover.
Full day.
I'm pretty weak these days, Andy.
Well, define what pretty weak means. What's the sort of level of alcohol which gets you going through the sort of groggy head the next day feeling?
A couple of bottles of wine, I reckon.
And what about beer?
Yeah, I don't tend to drink beer as much these days. Like when I go to Dave's place, I never drink beer.
He never touches the stuff at my place.
No.
I do all the heavy lifting with the beer.
But I was drinking beer the other night at the work reunion. But no, I tend to stick to the white wine. It's cheap and it does the job.
It's functional.
Correct.
Well, you really pretty much don't drink other than when you come down here.
That's the only time I drink.
Yeah. I don't know whether to take that as a good thing or a bad thing about visiting my place.
Well, it's a good thing, Dave.
He can only do it. He can only take it if he's drunk.
Correct. Oh, hang on. You might want to rephrase that.
Yeah, I might. We've had a rough run up lately. Right. What am I doing here? I'm attempting to punch a 51-foot flop, so it makes it the distance.
It was a pretty wild approach shot.
So what's the cause of your visit to the big city, Dave? Apart from
the major. It's the second major, so yeah, we'll be sitting up on Monday morning watching the second round.
Yeah, it's a great setup. You know, we drink irresponsibly on Sunday night and have a great time, and then we recover and watch the final round on Monday morning. You couldn't beat that.
Right, excellent. Because of course, Monday morning is the previous day's golf. Is that right?
So they've pretty much played overnight, and then we get to get up and watch it.
Right.
Our sports service just says, you know, you can just watch it whenever you like. It's just they just record it and you just watch it when you feel like it. So without ads, it's fantastic.
So I haven't seen whether presumably SBS don't do
No.
the coverage.
No,
of that?
we use a service called KO,
Right.
which is subscription. It's like $25 a month.
Yeah, it is, I believe, on channel. It used to be on Channel 9 as well.
I don't think so anymore.
Oh, what am I doing? It's me to go. What can I see? A left to right at the end and a right to left early on.
Yep.
Oh, I've got it right as well.
Pin looks like it's on a spine.
Yeah. I'm not displeased with that.
It's pretty reasonable.
Wow. I mean, the amount of variation in these putts, it's kind of horrifying. We're just going to be going, what? So many times.
Bang. Straight in the heart.
Yeah, only because of the BLI.
I felt certain I was going to pick up one there. There is zero chance of that happening.
Well, I was thinking you might pick up two. I thought I was going to miss that, and you'd see this.
the garbage. Oh, see what happens, eh? Jesus, it just moved everywhere.
Yeah, I remember saying on about the second hole, these greens seem easy to read, but I retract the comment completely.
Yeah, this round is resembling a couple of rounds I had at the Strand recently, where I absolutely murdered the course in round one, and I mean murdered it. I mean, I was so many almost gimme putts in round one, and then in the second, third rounds, I made birdies on, the par fives and a drivable par four, and the rest of the time I was clueless really on the greens.
I saw your first round and I thought, he's going crazy. He's going to.
Well, I did. It was one of those rounds which everything was going where I aimed it, and very early on I started taking almost dead aim at the pins, and I was actually in fact that was before Monday's round. So I came into Monday's round feeling supremely confident, and I was just blown away. I was back to supreme indifference. I mean, I remember at one time I had a round like that at Sawgrass, where everything from tees, approaches, and putting, were spectacularly good, and I broke 60 on the course, but the other three rounds I was barely breaking 70. Okay, 228, 228, 5, 223. Okay. Oh, that looks good.
That looks the goods.
It should kick right. Nice. Very nice. $7 feet, 6 feet. Well, I'm going to try a shot that Dave plays sometimes where he does it a little bit longer.
What's that? The 32 yard.
No, I hit the 48-foot one, but tried to make it a long and right, so it made the distance.
I'll never try and do that deliberately.
You don't?
No. I always try and hit the ball cleanly every time. It just happens.
The last few rounds I've had, I feel that I'm just starting to get the hang of the intermediate shots, the beyond 50 feet out of the bunker, and what I do is, what do I do? If I want a long shot or the maximum shot, out of a bunker or wherever, I'll make sure that I don't have any pause whatsoever at the top of the backswing. If I want to chop the 32 yard, say flop down to 50 or 60, I'll take a deliberate pause, and maybe not go quite as long, but I'm finding that's worked quite well for me. Might not work for you guys, but that's certainly something I've been trying to get into my game.
Interesting.
No, not that hard.
looks good.
It is good.
Yeah, nice. Oh. Even this one, I reckon I could miss without BLI. It broke really hard.
It did, didn't it? Yeah, and putting stats are not going to be a thing of beauty.
No, they are not. There's a rabbit on drugs to the right.
Is that a rabbit or a hare?
Well, don't split hairs, don't it?
Ah, ah.
Actually, no.
Tree is not a problem.
Oh, there he is.
He's showing his ass to you.
Roll.
Oh, unlucky.
It doesn't really matter. It's only one.
Pushing him out to the right.
Oh, look at the slope on this.
Yeah.
I mean, good look at this. And this is another one of these holes with a ridge running right through the middle of it, and the pin is in the middle of this ridge. Okay, you do not want to be left of this pin. In fact, who's gone? So where Dave's put it is not a bad spot.
Mmm.
Now that's the trick.
Gutsy shot too. The 120 club loses 10% power, but I still think it's the right club. Just going to hit it full. I'm going to punch it. Pull it left. Don't go down that hill. Owned.
Come
Yeah,
on.
That was verging on disgrace.
Oh, this looks left to right, is it?
No, this is right to left.
Wow.
Build it, Dave. Take the line out of play.
Right.
See, I mean, if this is a medium pin, I would venture this is probably harder than See, the difficult pin, if they put it on the left-hand side, you've actually got a bigger area of green to play with.
Yeah. Yeah, the difficult pins could be scary.
No, I'm saying the difficult pins could actually be a lot easier than what we're necessarily thinking of.
It depends how evil he is. I guess we'll find out.
Okay. Oh, that was banged in, wasn't it?
Well, you've worked your way back to the lead.
Well,
Well, assuming Dave doesn't get this one in, but.
$5.90. Where's that gone?
Is that bunker? Yeah.
Lost it in the air.
In the bunker.
Wow.
I think it's a genuine par 5 anyway.
Well, 566, 59 downhill with a tailwind. It'll be doable, especially with hard fairways.
Yeah, tailwind, no worries, but without it, forget it.
Oh, there's so many ways you could set this course up. From the front tees, it will play amazingly differently. Wow, just got to go straight at it. Well, I aimed straight at it, the ball didn't go straight at it. Oh, look at this pin, it's also really nasty.
Yeah, it's just past a ridge. Yeah. I mean, I guess easy pins would probably be before any ridges, or should be, and difficult pins after any ridges. I don't like this shot at all.
Did what you had to do.
143, right. I've just looked at the bloody green. Yeah. So I need to be slightly beyond the pin if at least up to the pin. Oh, just a little bit too much.
Yeah, that's why it's
Can you imagine if that had been a soft green though?
Mhm.
yeah, lightning. Ooh. Oh no, it's not good.
Okay.
Shot.
Gorgeous.
Oh, I thought that it missed. And it dropped.
A magnet drew it in at the last second. Oh, look at this. Looked like it was going to stop short. No.
Oh,
Wow. Lovely, Andy.
No dramas.
yeah. So these putts have got lots of little wiggles going on. Oh. Will do. It's a super hook. I see what you're doing. You're taking a little bit of distance off it as well.
I also just wanted to keep my eye in with the super hooks. Make sure they're still working. Now's the time to try them.
Oh, fucking hell. What was that?
It's absolutely fine, and it's actually better.
It's not fine. I was aiming on the left edge of the fairway.
You've outdriven us all,
Oh.
and you're in the middle of the fairway.
I wanted the left edge. That's all I cared about. The right edge is death.
Well, ever I've seen, perfect chopped super fade. It's right here. I didn't chop it enough. God damn it, it's right over the point. Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, there's some absolute rubbish awaiting anything that's long here.
Yeah. Imagine hard greens getting a big bounce there.
Mm. Well, this one's got it on the ridge I believe.
Yeah, the greens are kind of evil consistently. There's always somewhere bad to land.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple of bumps. Lower part, flat first part, a bit of a hilly middle section, and then there's a little bit of a bowl towards the end, but you can just see where a difficult pin is going to be placed if you're going to place a difficult pin.
Yeah.
4, 4, 4, 50.
Yep, nice.
Actually, not many not many drives have landed on in the rough tonight. Any of us.
No. It's not the driving that's the issue. It's all about the approaches and the putts.
Hmm. Yes, that's a frightening area beyond this green, isn't it?
Just look at it. There be tigers there. Nice save.
About time when it was dropped.
Hmm.
I've basically been
Yeah,
puttering the whole back nine.
Yeah, you would have been putting better with no VLI than you.
You reckon? I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe not on this course.
Oh,
Wow, they're coming from everywhere.
well, really, what we should do is at the end of this round, look back to what our scores were when we played it 2 months ago.
All right. Well, it should be easy enough to find. It'll just be sitting up there on YouTube. Just go straight to the end of the video, see what the scores were. And I'm guessing they're not going to be 7, 7, and 6 under.
No. That's a fairly safe shot. Oh,
no.
That'll teach you to say fairly safe.
Yeah, this is definitely a shot where you do not want to go left here. I mean, that's a cliff. It's bye-bye ball. Oh, he's gone at it. He's gone
Straight at
that.
He's gone for the oh baby.
Right, landed soft as well. Nice.
I know Andy would hit a 7 wood here for sure. So I'm going to hit the 5. Chop it. I hope I don't chop too hard because that means they go left.
Andy hit 9.
Yeah.
He hit the 206, did he?
Yeah.
Wow. I chopped it too much anyway.
This is filthy. a bad reply.
That was almost shot of the night.
It didn't need much more, did it?
No.
Oh. Alright. I hate everything about this shot. It's got to be a 32-yard fault shot. Alrighty. Not too much.
It's all right.
Okay, right. One.
Oh, son of a boom!
No. I think my takeaway from tonight is respect the greens, respect the length of putts.
Yes, I think I'll be definitely looking at the approach contours. Sorry, for the contours of the green on the approach shots much more.
Yeah. I want to have approach shots that are doable. Yes. We'll put another pint here, boys. Dave's giving himself a chance at the pints.
Can't afford pints anymore, Dave. They're almost $17 a pint in the in pubs now.
Are you serious?
I'm deadly serious.
How much?
$17. So about, in your terms, probably £8 or £9.
Wow.
I am not paying $17 for a damn pint of beer.
No, it's just madness. It is so expensive.
I think the last time I bought a pint, it wasn't that long ago. That was the thick end of
Nice.
£5, I think, which,
That's still expensive beer
yeah,
because you're brewing it for like 50 cents a pint.
yeah. I've got a batch of about 44 pints, which are just about ready to drink, and that cost me about 18 pounds, something like that.
For 44 pints.
Yeah, so that's about 45p a pint, something like that.
Well, that would not make me inclined to buy pints for £5 if I was doing that at home. Just going, yep, I'll just drink at home, thanks. Nice.
And I even put another batch on was it yesterday or the day before?
The last time I brewed, admittedly it was 10 years ago, I was filling 3,700ml bottles, and it was $10 for the brew, so it was 30 cents for a 700ml bottle.
Yeah.
So that's like maybe 15p, 12p.
Yeah. I mean, I've got to say, none of it is. Of all the brews I've done in all the years, I don't think there's been a single brew which has been so disgusting that I've had to just ditch it or not.
Yeah.
I've occasionally had brews where it's quite clear I need to leave it another week or so to
Yeah.
condition.
Especially the Cooper's beers, they're really easy to get right. There's not much to them.
No. Pretty well cool. They're still reasonably cheap. I mean, they used to be. You could pick it up for £10, £11 a can. Now they're. If I go online, I can pick it up for about £12.80, £12.90.
Oh, it's still an absolute bargain compared to a pub life, isn't it?
Yeah.
And now, once you're retired and you've got the luxury of time.
Uh-oh, you turd.
Oh, could this be the end of days?
No, it's not reachable in 2 anyway.
It's not, is it? So
I've dodged a bullet, I guess, but I'm gone anyway. You might as well have 2 on me.
So have you written off the tournament? Is that what you're saying?
No, not the tournament, but the game I have.
Sorry, Dave.
Not unless you decide to go for broke and try and get there in 2.
Only Andy could do that.
You'll be wet if you do that.
Yeah, I don't think even Andy could do it. You know, he's 300 out.
No.
Called it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great example of a course where, 3 of us.
Oh no!
I was going to say we're reasonably competent golfers.
Fucking idiots! What a moron!
Well, now is the time to get that shot out of your system, Dave.
Fucking 24% power loss.
Hey,
What is
that
rough?
will cost us money.
Was that out the rough there, Dave?
Yes. Fuck. That's a shit.
You can still get a par.
That's shit.
It was not optimal. Suboptimal.
You beat me to it there, Dave. I was just going to say, you mean suboptimal? Yeah.
great minds, Andy.
Yeah, yeah. It's rather sad, isn't it? That you... Yeah, I've got him. I've got him.
It's funny if you go back and watch some of our YouTube videos. We do tend to make the same jokes over and over. But that's all right. Our memories are so bad, they're fresh.
Oh, that's a bit.
Yeah, but it's a great angle in. It's the correct angle in. Dave's got to go over the frightening rocks.
I'm not scared of the rocks. 146. Okay.
Very nice.
3 putt from there. Such is my confidence level at the moment.
And without the BLI of 5. Yeah, lovely.
Gorgeous.
Andy's pressing through. Trying to snatch a draw here. Let's see.
Well, I just want to go in with a bit of confidence, Dave. Oh, that was a nice bit of grab.
Mm. Left and again right. How much left and how much right? More right than left.
Oh, got it.
I think that's assured my victory. Even though it's not a victory. It was just a walk around.
Yeah.
Well, I would declare Andy the winner tonight because he didn't use BLI.
Ah, well, I did actually.
Oh,
did
you swapped over in the end.
Yeah, I had a couple of early goes without it, and it just wasn't giving me the kind of information I needed.
That was a pretty big charge on the back 9, Andy.
It was a good charge, wasn't it?
I had a fucking shit back 9. Couldn't do anything.
Well, the only thing I'm sure of is there's going to be a lot of drama.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
A lot of drama.
Lots of weeping.
63, 64, 65. Let me have a look at 63, 64, 65.
Oh yeah, you guys killed the putting tonight in comparison to me.
Wow.
Dave, 122 and 115. Crikey.
Yeah. They're not putting stats we see these days.
No, we're not going to see that.
Oak
Oh,
Quarry
we're going to be
6.
1/8 to 200, I reckon.